What's about playing center? And what about that?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you say that again.
Center? And what's like playing center?
So I actually have not played center. Yeah, I've just been taking reps at guard this whole camp.
The other night, Matt Lockhorse was bragging on you. He said you were the one guy on the offensive line that's really impressed him. That you've taken a big step forward. What do you give that credit to? What did you work on in the offseason to kind of take that next step?
Yeah, I mean, I would say a lot of it for me was kind of, being able to play last year, starting last year. I think a lot of it was kind of almost reinventing myself in a way, my process, my preparation, stuff like that, giving in a lot of extra work. Like we had a lot of workouts, obviously, in the summer. Those were pretty tough and grueling. Finding time to kind of work on some extra things, whether that was football related or, at my house, actually, we built a boxing gym in my garage in my house, and I used to do that with my other roommates coming back home, just kind of fun stuff like that. But I think for me, it was really just kind of increasing my workload and stuff like that, which helped mentally, but also physically, kind of my body conditioning and stuff like that.
And I have to ask, who would step into the boxing ring?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's yet to come. But it's just it's more of like a hobby thing for me. Some people, they kind of, maybe play instruments, learn how to play the piano or speak different languages. For me, it's just kind of like a hobby kind of thing. It's something I enjoy doing. So.
Well, what is unique about facing a defensive line with so much size that, I guess, in terms of what you guys really feel like you need to emphasis going into?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest unique thing is that itself, kind of the size, the strength of these guys. I mean, obviously we have very, very good and capable defensive linemen, but going against someone, who's 340, 350 pounds, that definitely is something unique. I think something for us to really emphasize is really just kind of lining up and getting off the ball. I mean, for us, it's almost going to be, it's like going to be an Oklahoma drill mentality for us, because, they're, very good defensive line, very big. And the biggest thing for us is really just coming off that ball with some tenacity. So.
Do you feel like that's something that you guys are placing emphasis on in camp, leading up to game prep?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, that's something that, I mean, if I'm being honest, we have to bring every day because, like I said, we play against, some of the best guys in the country in practice every day. And, I mean, maybe they might not be necessarily as big as what we're about to face, but, I mean, it comes down to the basics and fundamentals, moving them off the ball. But I think we're ready and prepared for that, and I'm looking forward to kind of this game week and this game prep.
Given that Matt had to go to center, does it feel like this offensive line is still a little unsettled going in, or not?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I wouldn't say that at all. We have a lot of guys that have been playing a bunch of different positions all over the place. We have guys who are very capable, and we have guys who are confident. Now, with that being said, we're not playing Georgia tonight. We're not playing them tomorrow night, but we're playing them September 4th on Saturday. And with all that being said, I mean, we'll be ready to go. And I wouldn't really say unsettle is necessarily a thing. I mean, we're really excited and really looking forward to it.
Well, how excited are you guys about playing in front of a full stadium after last year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally, I mean, I think I can speak for everyone. I'm very excited. For me, I mean, I started last year, but I never really played in front of a full stadium like that. My freshman year I did, but I'd maybe play like in the second half and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I can't really even imagine it. And kicking off really college football with like a big time game, like the primetime game against a very formidable opponent. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
For those young guys, especially the freshmen that will be sophomores playing on the offensive line this year, how much of an eye-opener will that be, especially the communication in a loud environment?
It'll be big. It'll be big. I mean, some of those things where, I mean, you won't really know until you're there, until you hear the moment. I mean, the best thing you can do is just really trust your preparation, know that, hey, we had, good spring ball. We worked really hard this summer, had good workouts, had a phenomenal camp, and you just got to trust the process and in your preparation that you're going to be ready for this moment. And the same thing applies for myself as well, because, maybe they haven't played as much. And, I mean, I've played some, but I've never played in like a big, with, 80,000 something people in there. So I really think you just got to kind of trust your preparation, trust the coaches, kind of the game plan, and yeah, and just know that you're ready.
Well, there are a lot of people around the country who are going to tune in and say, well, Clemson lost Trevor, they don't have Travis anymore, they're not going to be the same offense. Are you confident you guys will be the same offense that people have seen the last year?
With that being said, I wouldn't really say that we're going to be the same offense. I mean, we're going to be a different offense in the fact that, it's a new year. We have a bunch of new guys. I think the standard's still there and that won't change, but we have a lot of new pieces now. Trevor's gone, but we have DJ. Travis is gone, but we have, Pace, Shipley, Makuba, Linjay, all those guys. Up front on the offensive line, we lost like Jackson and Cade, but we're bringing back myself, Matt, Jordan, and we have other very capable guys. So, it's going to be the standard of our offense is going to be the same, but it's going to be different for this 2021 season for the guys that we have. And I'm really excited to kind of see these guys play because I've seen them during spring and I've seen them work really hard in the summer and obviously during camp. But it's going to be kind of exciting going against someone else in a true game time environment.
Well, then let me ask you, how have you seen DJ kind of expand his leadership role and things like that from the spring to now the summer?
Yeah, I would say he's definitely become more comfortable in his situation. He's definitely become more vocal, kind of talking with us about certain things. I'm really excited to see him go out there and lead. And he's just a good leader on the field and off the field. He's a great guy, good kid. I'm excited for him.
Are you excited about the running game too? Have you seen these backs kind of try and fill that hole that Travis? I'm very excited to see that. Obviously for us up front on the offensive line, but I'm really excited to see these young backs kind of really run and go. They've had a great camp, and that's one thing now. The running back room, we have phenomenal depth. We have 3-4 guys who could all play obviously here, but anywhere else in the country, if I'm being honest. So I'm really excited to kind of give them the ball and see what they can do. And obviously, being an offensive lineman, I just want to service them the best I can do.
To wait as long as you do to play the first game, and then you play that first game the next night, how do you pace yourself when you wake up Saturday morning, knowing the magnitude of the game? And you got to wait.
Yeah, so the night games are always kind of tricky in that regard. Like I was kind of saying earlier, it's definitely something where me personally, I don't really get nervous, but it's definitely something you get anxious about. And with that being said, like I was saying earlier, you just got to kind of trust that process. Know that you had a good spring, you had a good summer, you had a great camp, and you just know that you're ready for the moment. And like right now, I'm at peace with whatever's going to happen because I know I had a good off season. I know this offensive line. I'm playing next to guys who I trust and I'm ready to go out with. And those are kind of some of the things I think kind of going into it. When I'm sitting in my hotel room, I really don't even try to think about the game too much. In the morning, in the afternoon, I like just sitting down, watching other games that are on TV. But once we kind of start, once I put that suit and tie on and we're going through walkthroughs, we're hopping on the bus, that's when I really start locking in, thinking about the game.
Going back to Pete's question about the running backs, just knowing how good Georgia is against the run, how crucial is it that you guys get some rhythm there early?
It's very crucial. And that's going to come with us up front, really getting off the ball. It's going to come with the running backs, hitting the holes that they see. And at the end of the day, guys are just gonna have to make plays. It's a heavyweight match. They have really good players. They're gonna make some plays on defense. I'm sure of it. But at the same time, I have belief that we're gonna make some really big plays on offense. And it really just comes down to that.
In your opinion, Will, what is the most obvious or striking way this offensive line is better now than it was last year?
I would say for us up front right now, communication. I'd say communication is really well. We had obviously some guys who are now stepping up to the plate, but they've been around the system for good enough time. I think up front we have really good leadership and Matt, Jordan, and even myself. And this is something that we've been talking about, even though maybe in the summer we haven't been necessarily practicing, but we've been talking a lot of football. We've been watching film. And I think we really trust in each other a lot. And I think this is just really truly like one big unit on the field, obviously, even off the field, like we're all really good friends and stuff like that. And I think that's really good cohesion and chemistry.
Do you think that the communication leads to the physical? Like it allows you to be?
Yeah, 100%. I think you got to kind of break it down. First, you have to know what you got to do. Second, you have to know how do you do that. And thirdly, you have to know why. So I think communication helps you break down, okay, this is what I have to do. This is the technique and how I have to do it. and this is why I have to do it. This is what the play's set up. This is the formation. This is where the running back's lined up. This is where the ball's going, and all those things. It really allows you to play free. You're not really thinking about what you should and shouldn't do. You know what to do. It's almost like it's natural. It's like second nature, and with that good communication going, you're able to just play football and play some ball.
I think we heard from some of the other linemen that you guys did get together a lot in the offseason. I mean, how often would you guys get together? How much film were you watching? What film were you watching?
Yeah, I mean, we'd get together multiple times a week, and I think it was really good for someone like myself, almost rejuvenating, because we had obviously, we have a fairly young offensive line. And we have a lot of guys, so kind of trying to teach them, bring themselves along, help them be someone like me. I know Matt, like Jordan, and all those guys as well, because it's just kind of getting back to the fundamentals. And I think kind of just teaching the fundamentals, base things that I've done hundreds, thousands of times, but kind of keep on going over those things, trying to explain to the younger guys.